Hi everyone, my name is Chelsea. Welcome to Little Mountain Ranch. Welcome to my kitchen. I'm really happy to have you here with me today. Today I'm going to be sharing with you our most recent Costco haul, which you can see behind me here. Before we get into the video, I do want to share with you a couple of things that might make the amount of groceries that we have here, what we buy and all of that make a little bit more sense, especially if you're new to my channel. We have a farm, so we do raise a large amount of our own vegetables, our meat, our eggs, and our dairy here ourselves. So you won't see a lot of those things in this haul, except for cheese. I am a terrible cheese maker, so we do buy a lot of cheese when we go to the grocery store. The other thing is we are in Canada, so all the prices I'm going to share with you today are in Canadian dollars. I think as of today's date, our dollar is around 72 cents to the American dollar. So that'll just give you a way to be able to compare to the price of food in the country that you're watching from. And I want to talk about the amount of food that you're going to see here. We have a larger than average size family, so we usually buy a lot of food because we're feeding a lot of mouths. We also live around 3 hours from the nearest Costco, so it's much more convenient for us to buy large quantities when we go, just because we only go a couple of times a year. This year we've actually gone to Costco more often than we normally do. We've just had more opportunity to go to the larger centers, and we take advantage of that when we do. So I think this is maybe our third large Costco shop that we've done this year. Normally we usually do around 2 a year, so once in the fall when we're stocking up our pantry for winter, and then once again in the springtime. But like I said, we've gone a couple extra times this year, which has been really nice. The other thing is we do like to store around 6 to 12 months worth of most ingredients on our property. One of the things my husband and I have talked a lot about over these last few years is how by having food stored, so at least a couple of months, in our case 6 to 12 months stored, we actually ease the burden on the grocery stores when there are things like supply chain disruptions, or some of the things that we've experienced over the last couple of years where there was a big strain because a lot of people were going to the grocery store all at once, trying to buy groceries in an emergency type of situation. And by storing food the way that we do, we kind of ease the burden on those grocery stores during that period of time, because we're not having to be in that lineup. And it also offers us a little bit of peace of mind, knowing that were there to be another shortage or something like that, that we would be able to feed our family. There's a couple of other motivations for us as far as storing food the way that we do. One is it's just kind of a lifestyle, because we're farmers and we grow a lot of our own food. We naturally have a lot of food on hand at any given moment, just by virtue of that lifestyle choice. But we also like to keep items like you're going to see here in our grocery haul on hand, because we've had unexpected illness happen, unexpected job loss happen, where income changes for some reason that's outside of our control. And so this offers us a little bit of extra security, knowing that at least we have food available to feed our family. I'm very aware that not everybody can grocery shop the way that we do, or has property to be able to raise food the way that we do. And one of the things that I really try to share here on my channel are ways to be able to cook from scratch, because cooking from scratch is way less expensive than buying food prepared from the grocery store. And it's one of the things that I really believe in, and I try to share a lot of ways to be able to eat quite frugally here on my channel. Now that I feel like I have covered all the information that may be needed before you actually see what we bought here to make it make sense, let's get actually into it. And I will be sharing with you the price of each item as we go through this as well, and then let you know how much it was total when we get to the end of the video. All right, so even though I have a milk cow, there are a few things that I buy in the dairy realm. And I already mentioned I'm a terrible cheese maker. So we buy cheese. And as you can see, this is a lot of cheese. But look at this price, $10.99 for this nice big block of cheese, 1.15 kilograms of cheese. This is a really, really good price for cheese for us. So we bought 2 cases of cheese. This was marble cheese. I also wanted a few blocks of medium cheddar over here, which actually was $14.99, which is more just an average price for cheddar. And then we did buy 1 thing of cheese slices. So just for the convenience of having some sliced cheese for one of my boys that works in town, this is just easy for him to make sandwiches with. $15. And then I love, love, love old cheddar. So this was $19.99, a lot more expensive than the marble cheese over here, but this is just a little bit of a treat. We got almonds. This was $6.99. This is actually a really good price for almonds. Almonds have been crazy expensive for the last couple of years. So we bought some almonds, pecans, $6.99. Again, really good price for pecans. $14 for blanched slice almonds. I use this to make baked oatmeal. I make a cherry almond chocolate chip baked oatmeal that's really good. These macadamia nuts were a little treat for my husband, Dan. He loves these and has had a hard time finding these. So these were $25, which is really, really, really expensive. And there's a reason for that because they are hard to find. Our dried mango that we buy, if you've been here for my Costco shops before, you know we always buy one bag of organic dried mango. We only buy one bag because they are $25 a bag, which is really expensive. So that's a little treat. So one avocado oil, and this was $17, which is roughly the same price it's been for the last little while. We did notice that some prices have actually come down compared to the last time we went shopping at Costco, which was, I think, about 3 months ago. So that was encouraging to see. 3 cases of Money's mushrooms, $16.99 a case, and there are 12 tins in here. We have some organic raisins here, $18 a box, which is expensive. $24 for some Cliff Bars. These are for easy lunches, just to throw in lunches for people who are working in town. $15 for these. This is basically just a chocolate bar. There's nothing nutritious really about these, but they're yummy. So these have actually gone up by $3. They used to be $13, up to $15 a box. $11.50, which is roughly what these sweet potato crackers, which we all love, have been for probably the last year. I bought 3 of these organic paprikas, $8.50, because I was planning on making my own paprika this year with my own peppers, and my peppers just did so terribly that I didn't have enough to do that. So I bought 3 of those. We always buy some seaweed. My kids like snacking on the seaweed. $13.33 for a big pack of seaweed. We bought 3 of those. A whole ton of cranberries. So these cranberries, this is fresh cranberries. And where is the price on here? So these were, I think, somewhere around $6 a bag. And the reason that I bought so many is we have Canadian Thanksgiving coming up here this weekend. And so we make our own cranberry sauce, but I also love canning cranberry sauce. So we'll be using one of these to make cranberry sauce for Thanksgiving, and then the rest of these we will turn into canned cranberry sauce, and I will share that with you in a future video. $51 for 4 bags of organic sugar. I think I just bought 1 case of them this time. $6.39 for the extra large bag of organic Pasa tortilla chips. And that's actually a pretty decent price for those. I was so excited to find this pot. So $60, heavy bottomed stainless steel, gigantic pot. Look at how big that is. So happy about that. So these are my new addiction. I love these so much. Garlic and chive pita bites, $9 a box. I bought 3 of these. These are so good with cheese and some red pepper jelly. Yum. $7.99. This is the same price as these rice crackers have been, or thereabouts, for the last year, so they haven't gone up in price. The organic olive oil was, I think it was $18 for 2 of them, which is a pretty decent price for organic olive oil. So we bought a case of those. Some clementines, $10.99 for this huge bag of clementines, which is a really good price. We have some Salt Spring coffee beans, and these were $18.99 each. Dan's the coffee drinker in the house. We have 3 bags of chocolate chips. These were $19 a bag. These have gone up in price. Some organic tomato paste. As you guys know, I make a ton of my own tomato products, but I find tomato paste is super time consuming, and it is something that I actually don't use a ton of. So I bought 4 cases of tomato paste, $16.49 for organic tomato paste. $15.99 for some yogurt. So again, both of these are for throwing into lunches for work, $15.99 and $10.99. These ones are for Dan. He is lactose free, and they're making lots of lactose free stuff now. So this one's for him, and this one is for my son who works in town. This is for long-term food storage. This is Rogers natural sugar, $27 for a whopping bag, 20 kilograms. We always do cheese plates as an hors d'oeuvre whenever we have holidays. So for Thanksgiving coming up, we'll have that. And Dan was excited because he found this, which has cheddar, Swiss, Gouda, and Monterey Jack, all lactose free. Some little aged cheddar. This was 2-year-old aged cheddar. And this one was, let me see, we have a price on that. I think this one was $8.99. My kids love these. These are just tradition in our family at Christmas and Thanksgiving, $17. So $8.49 for extra firm organic tofu. And I use this to make one of the only tofu recipes that I actually make. It's something called glory bowls. Absolutely delicious. I got some sun-dried tomatoes, $14. Multivitamin for $15. This is for my emergency medical kit, $33, but I find that having Benadryl on hand, especially when you live as far out as we do for when people are having allergic reactions, is super handy. We have had to pull this out more than once, so we got 2 of those. And then we got Reactin, a kid's one, which is a kid's antihistamine. Dan wears contacts, so we always keep a lot of contact solution on hand. So we bought 4 boxes, and these have, what do these have? 2, and then a travel size one, and it was $20 per box. Some Q-tips, $12.99. This was absolutely ridiculous. So we've been using this app recently. This isn't sponsored or anything like that. It's just an app. It's called Yuka. And I think it's called Yuka anyway. And you can scan to find what kind of toxins are in the foods and the things that you're buying. And this was the only one that we could find, the only shampoo and conditioner that we could find that was not filled with all kinds of nasty stuff. And this was $25 for shampoo and conditioner. And we bought 3 of them. I think it's time for me to start making my own shampoo and conditioner because that is absolutely outrageous. We did find this time at Costco that there was quite a few prices that were listed on like above the item. These ones, it was $16.99, I think it was. And the price that we actually ended up paying at the till was a lot more. When we're buying large quantities like this, it's really hard to keep track of making sure that whatever's being rung up is the same price that we thought it was going to be or that was posted in the store itself. So we did find that with, I think, about 3 different items in this grocery shop. This being one of them. $25 that is way too much money to be spending on shampoo and conditioner. So we always buy butter. We do have a milk cow, but I just much prefer store-bought butter. These were $5.50 a block, which is actually a really great price for butter. Butter right now in the grocery store in town is like $8 a block. So we bought a case, which is what we always do when we go to Costco. So this Annie's mac and cheese, I mentioned in my last Costco video that I thought that might be the last time we would ever buy it. So we've been buying this every time we go to Costco for our kids, just as a treat because they love it. Forever, for years and years and years. And when our kids were young, that was fine because we would maybe use 4 boxes for a meal. But now we're at the point where we use the entire case just for lunch. And at $20, that's a lot. It was actually $22 last time, so we did save a couple bucks on that one this time. But Dan was like, you know what? They're only kids once. So we bought that. We have some goat feta over here, some organic coconut milk, $10.99, $16. And then I actually bought a pumpkin pie, which may seem kind of funny since I have a whole bunch of really gorgeous pumpkins sitting out on my deck, and I could certainly make my own pumpkin pie. However, I actually, we are providing the turkey for this Thanksgiving dinner, and I actually have to go butcher the turkeys this afternoon for dinner on Monday. So I decided that because I was going to have to do that this weekend, I would just purchase a pumpkin pie this year, and for $6.99 for a absolutely gigantic pumpkin pie, I thought, why not? We did end up buying quite a few articles of clothing at Costco because they were a really great deal. There was quite a few things that we all needed, and I was really happy with some of the things we found. So I'll show you that, but we also bought some diapers for our grandson because they are a really good price. So $46 for 198 diapers, and this is a good brand of diapers. So we bought that for them. I was really excited about these bowls. $29.99. I'll open this up and show you the bowls, but they're a nice big bowl and they all have different colors. And if you have a large family, you know that it's really nice when each kid can have a color and a bowl that's specifically theirs. So I'm really excited about those. Some Xavia, so that my husband loves pop. This is a sugar-free soda that doesn't have like aspartame or anything in it. And it was $23.69 for 30 cans. We did get some Christmas presents, so I'm gonna have to keep it down because my kids are all upstairs right now when I share some of this stuff. So this is for one of my older sons. It's a jump starter battery bank for his car. And then Dan got this for the boys. It's a laser gun set. We have short days here and a lot of chores are done in the dark. So we've got these nice flashlights for stockings. And one of my sons is obsessed with hot stuff. So we got this hot sauce challenge for him. He's gonna love that so much. He's gonna be so excited about it. The prices on these, even though there's prices on them, they were actually discounted. So I can't remember how much that was, but I thought that was so cute. And then this is really beautiful inspirational words and quotes. And then just really beautiful pictures to color. And then one of my boys is kind of obsessed with Ripley's Believe It or Not kind of stuff. So we got this book for him along with the Guinness World Records for 24. He has all of these books for the last, I don't know, 10 years or so. So he's gonna like that. And then this I just thought was so beautiful, cards and calligraphy. So it has the calligraphy set and then pretty cards and envelopes. The nice thing about clothing at Costco, I find, is that the quality is so good. So I got this cute little knitted sweater for one of my daughters. It's gonna look so cute with a little pair of jeans. And then this is for my grandson. Isn't that adorable? So it's a little waffle knit. And then the little t-shirt, so cute. So these were $23.99 for this little 3-piece outfit, nice quality, super cute. And then a little cozy sweatsuit. Having grandkids is the best. It's so much fun buying stuff for them. And then 12 pairs of socks. I'm not sure how much these were. Oh, $12.99, so around $1 a pair for little kids' socks. And then to go with that black knitted sweater, I got my daughter a cute pair of little skinny jeans. It looks so cute. And then a cozy sweater just for wearing in the winter time, like the color of that. Her eyes are the same color as this, so that'll look lovely on her. And Dan bought himself a work jacket, and this was only $24.99, I think, and it is a nice quality, nice heavy jacket, perfect for this time of year working out on the farm. So we have what we call town clothes and farm clothes, and I tend to wear my clothes until they are pretty much threadbare. Both my jacket, both of my town winter jacket and my town fall and spring jacket, I actually think I bought my my spring and fall jacket at Costco probably 10 years ago, and it's finally getting to the point where it's starting to get some holes in it. And so it was time to get a new spring and fall jacket. And then my winter jacket, same thing. I bought it at Costco. I think I bought my winter jacket at Costco about 6 years ago or so. And it's definitely seen better days. So I needed a new town fall and spring jacket. And I really liked this. I liked the color of it. And this was $50, which is a pretty good price for a nice fall jacket. And then I got this jacket, so Columbia. Columbia is a really good brand. This one was $89, which for a nice poofy, good quality jacket that will probably last me for at least 5 years, if not 10 years. I feel like that's a really good price. So I was super happy with that, and it's really comfy and it looks cute. So I think that is about it for our haul. One of the things I did want to share with you before I end today's video is just about what we actually do with all of this cheese. So you can throw cheese like this in a block like this right into the freezer. The only thing that I find when you thaw it is it will be a little bit crumblier than it is when it's like this. So one of the things that I do, and I'll probably do this with one entire box, is I grate it with my food processor. It takes no time at all. And then I put it in Ziploc bags. It does have a little bit more of a crumbly texture even when it's grated, but not nearly as bad as it does if you just throw it in the freezer like this. The nice thing about buying cheese like this and grating it yourself rather than buying pre-grated cheese is that pre-grated cheese actually has additives in it that this cheese doesn't have. But I find that once the cheese has been grated, besides a slight difference in texture, so with the added preservatives that they put into pre-grated cheese that you buy from the grocery store, it does have less of a noticeable kind of texture to it or crumbly consistency to it. But it isn't such a big deal that it's worth the extra additives that you get in the pre-grated cheese. So I have taken to buying it this way and just grating it up myself and putting it in Ziploc bags. I just about was going to end this video before sharing with you the final tally. So remember, keep in mind that there are Christmas presents in this grocery haul along with all of the clothes that we purchased as well, the bowls and the big pot. So this isn't all for the groceries itself, but this is the total that we actually spent at Costco, $3,017.37. So we do not anticipate going to Costco again until into the new year. So this is all going to be going down on our pantry shelves. We do have our pantry tour, which I'm really excited about. It's one of the videos that I have the most fun making every year, coming up at the end of October, beginning of November. We are going to be doing our pantry tour, which is a video that I absolutely love. It's probably my favorite video to make for you every year. We'll be doing that towards the end of October, the beginning of November. So you'll be able to see all of this food and everything else that we have stored in our pantry in that video. We have our store-bought pantry, and then we also have our canning pantry where I have all the food that I preserved all summer long, and I'm so excited to share that with you this year. We've made some improvements over last year's pantry, and I really can't wait to show you. So you can keep your eye out for that video coming up here in a couple of weeks. I hope you enjoyed today's video, everybody, and I look forward to seeing you next time. Bye.